Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Ronnie H.
Good morning, Randall.
Randall. No, when you say
No,
it like that, it sounds like it's ELL. It's ALL at the end. Randall.
Randall. Okay.
Randall. Right.
All right. Well,
And
I'm in New York. If you want to come up and beat me up, go ahead. Come on.
yeah. Oh, well, being in Tennessee now for a week, I probably picked up that twang in the
Yeah.
accent. Do I sound different to
You do. You sound like a hillbilly now.
you? Well, it's Oh, let's go ahead. Let's start the day off with the verse of the day. We're going to go
Yeah.
from Matthew's today.
Okay, Matthew.
Yes, and it's going to be Matthew 21:43. Therefore, I tell you that the kingdom of God will be taken away from you and given to a people who will produce its fruit. That's a strong one. That means you ain't doing
Well,
that means you ain't doing what you should be doing.
yeah. You need to use the gift that God gave you to do what He wants you to do. Otherwise, He'll take your gift away.
Definitely a warning.
That's what I get out of it. I don't, I am not a preacher. I am not a reverend. I'm just a man named Ron.
Yeah, but I think these days you can identify as a pastor or a priest. You don't have to be one.
Right, right. You just put the collar on and say, "Hey, hi, how are you?" You call me Father Ron.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then and hope that God don't show up. Do
right. Or Jesus.
you have your coffee this morning, Ron?
Actually, I need to get a refill, so I will take a short pause here. Not a pause, we're just gonna stroll around Ron's kitchen this morning. I guess.
Oh, we get to see in Ron's kitchen and how he makes excuse me, how he makes a cup of coffee. You see, he actually adds coffee to his creamer, as you just noticed I'm pouring in the creamer.
Creamer first.
Creamer
Creamer is
first.
number one. Then what we do. We are going to walk around Ron's kitchen this morning. Hey, we
Oh,
are walking in Ron's kitchen. Now, we got the coffee pot right there. Bada boom, bada bing.
breaking news. Ron is on the beat today.
Yes, they're making coffee.
Hey, bad news for the Sabres. Power's going to miss the rest of the season, the whole last game.
Oh, golly gee. One game. Yeah, well,
You know,
it
they were like,
seems, it seems like he's missed the last couple games.
well, it's just another
Seems like,
season.
yeah. Well,
It's another season that Sabres fans just want to forget.
right.
14
Well, it
years.
seems like Tage Thompson took an early vacation, so you know, uh,
I wouldn't know about that. He's got almost 50 goals.
yeah. And where has he been in the last two games?
Yeah, this was still a write-off. I'll tell you what, if we had a better goaltender, we would have made the playoffs.
We're back in the office.
Are you back in the office?
Back in the office.
Ron has landed. So did you it's tax day plus one.
Yeah.
Today I hope everybody got their taxes in yesterday or filed for an extension.
So the government's suing Maine
For what?
because letting boys play in women's sports.
They're not following the mandate set up by the president?
Oh, that's that thing. What is it?
Executive order?
Section 9 or something like that. Order 9.
I think it was well, one of the executive orders say that well, he'll just take
Yeah,
away federal
that's
They'll take away
Yeah,
federal funding from them.
right. It's Section 9 or something like that. They're saying.
And just and just for everybody out there, my stand on, you know, people could do what they want. If they want to be what they want, it doesn't matter to me. But I'm not for men that identify as women playing against women in sports. I say if you
No,
want to,
it's unfair. It's
yeah, if you want,
unfair.
it's
Not
not.
right.
You know, there are some women that probably could beat the crap out of me, but not a lot of them, just a couple. But
Right.
women should have their sports, men should have their sports. And if you want to have like Special Olympics, I don't mean to call it that, for people that identify as something different, that's fine. I'd go pay to see it. I'd go watch a guy
Yeah, but
dress up as to play ball.
no, it's crap, dude. Okay, if you're born a man, if you're born a boy, you compete in boys' sports.
Well, yeah, well,
Simple
that's
as
what
that.
I'm saying. It doesn't
Pay
make
the
me,
toll.
you know what? It doesn't make
Pay
me
the
mad.
toll. No, I am dead set against it. Okay, because I have a granddaughter, and I don't want my granddaughter getting hurt because some boy who's stronger and bigger and you know is gonna hurt my granddaughter. No, no, that ain't gonna happen. You know. And if you're born a man, well, guess what? You want to know something? You know what it is? They're not. They're not man enough to compete in their own with their own gender, dude. So oh well, this and that and that. And I'm sorry if I offend anyone, but that's how
Well,
I
yeah,
feel.
no, we don't want to offend anybody. Like I
I
said, if
don't want to offend anyone either, but
I
you
don't care
know
about people's pronouns. If that's what they want to be called, that's fine. My nickname
that's
is
fine.
Dude. I don't care. I actually don't care. I just don't. I think the whole sports thing. You can have your own league. The trans
Transgender
sports,
league, right?
the
Yeah.
trans sports, and what could you do in a trans sports? You could have Trans Am racing, right?
Trans American cross country skiing.
Transatlantic swimming. See, we're just having fun, and I don't think anybody would get offended by that. We got to
They could
bring,
have transcontinental racing.
yeah, there's the Trans Olympics. I'm okay with it. You know what? And I would even pay to go see it too. Because as quiet as it's kept, when me and Genevieve go out, we dance. We go to the drag clubs where they have dancing, and it's fun, like that movie Birdcage. Because when you're there, everybody just having a good time, having fun. There ain't nobody getting drunk, getting stupid, growing muscles. So we don't have
Well,
anything against that. Hey, but
well, I'm not dancing with some female that has a tree trunk down there.
okay, well, I mean that's your thing, but let's
You
hey.
know, that's where I draw the line.
Well, that's your choice, Ron. That's your choice. So, and listen, but don't knock it until you try it. It's a lot of fun.
Oh,
We've actually done it more than once. And I know how you are. You're
trust me,
accepting.
I'm not gonna try it. Okay.
I know you respect other people's guy borderlines and stuff like that.
I do, but respect mine also.
Exactly. Exactly. And
I think,
that's what would make this world a better place too. If we could all just
well,
grow some thicker skin and get along and just not care so much
well,
about the nitty
you know what
gritty.
it is? I think that uh, this whole gay pride is getting out of hand. Honestly, I think it's
Well, what's wrong
uh,
with what do you mean? I don't understand what you mean.
well, I mean, it's getting to a point to where it's almost like they're pushing their way of life on our kids. Leave the kids alone. Leave the kids alone.
Here's what's funny
Don't
now.
want to hear it in school. or nothing.
Here's the funny part. I don't even know if you know it. You're getting real serious about this, and that's not what we're about. So if it's getting under your skin and get too serious, we're just got to change topics because I don't have a problem with any of that.
Okay.
I let them be, and I'm okay. It doesn't affect me. But here's the
Let's
funny.
change.
Listen, Ron. Here's the funny part. You're talking about how it's getting out of hand, and you have a gay flag pride thing right behind your head on your fridge.
Well, that's that is something that my son made.
Oh,
It's
your son drew
not.
it.
I mean, it's not. Yeah,
Well,
when he was 5, he
well,
doesn't have no idea what gay pride is or nothing.
well, he's
Okay.
16 years old. I think he does. He has to. He's
Well,
16 or
yeah.
15 years
Well,
old.
he hasn't mentioned nothing like that to me. So
All right. Well, we opened up when it is tax day. We don't want Ron going out and hurting anybody today, so we got to get some more coffee and him calm him down.
gotta
So
put a
okay,
sedative in me.
but yesterday was tax day, and if you filed an extension, you know, if anybody didn't claim that $1,400 recovery rebate that they gave out to everybody, you can still get that from the government. Just remember, so check if you
Why
didn't
didn't I
receive
get
that.
that?
Well, if you didn't, you should talk to your tax person because I know you have someone that does your taxes for you. You're still eligible to get that. So,
My wife takes care of all that pretty much. I'm not, you know, I'm just,
well, it's just a tip and it's a little free advice. It's if it's money you got
I'm
coming
just,
to
I'm just, I'm just her muscle.
you. Okay, so let's see what else is in the news. Hey, there is a rare there's a display of northern lights that people are going to be able to see tonight. It's due there was a solar storm that hit Earth like this morning. It's going to hit it. I don't know too much about solar storms. It's something that pops off the sun and it hits the Earth and it messes with our electronics. A powerful geomagnetic storm aimed at Earth.
Oh, gee. Electromagnetic storm.
Yes. Well, and the bright side is if it does
I
hit and it messes up all your electronics and you lose your phone and your TV, that means you're
need
close enough.
more power, Scotty. I
No,
need more power.
that means you can go outside and look at the pretty lights since you got nothing to watch on TV or your phone.
40,000 gigawatts.
14,000 gigawatts. What was I thinking? But
It's a good weather to fly a kite, baby.
they're saying 18 northern states are going to be able to see the northern lights happening. Well, I guess the northern states, northern lights makes
Listen,
sense.
listen, it's overcast cloudy here in Buffalo, okay?
Well, it's
So
not going
we
to
ain't
happen.
seeing nothing.
Well, it's not going to happen until late. So maybe those clouds will be gone. And now you're going
They
to get a
might.
what?
They might. I'm
You
going to
might.
fly a kite.
Well, you might be. It might light up the clouds too. Well, just don't put any keys or metal lines on that kite to fly it.
I'm going to fly it with a metal line, dude.
Well, if your electricity's out, there's some free electricity for you.
Yeah. Hook it up to the lightning rod on the top of your house.
Geez, I don't know what you would look like with a perm.
I don't know.
Because if that electricity hits you, you're gonna have a perm after that.
I'll be looking like one of the brothers in the hood.
Your eyes are gonna be this big. Your lips are gonna be
Right.
that big. Hey,
Right.
so the northern states now, if you live in Alaska, Montana, North Dakota, and Minnesota, you're gonna get a prime viewing of that light. People that farther away
I
that
guess I'm not getting it.
what's that?
I guess I'm not getting the prime light. I live in New York.
Well, no, they're saying farther away states that will be able to see it. This won't be a prime; it'll be more of a glowing. Is
Uh,
New Hampshire, New York, Illinois, Vermont. Maine. Maine might be a little busy with their court case, so they're not going to care.
Right,
But
right.
it's still worth seeing.
They might be inside doing
Excuse
something.
me. Yeah, they might be
They'll be
inside
in,
talking to lawyers.
right, right, right. You know, or bribing.
Oh, some scary news is happening. I don't know why man is so interested in messing with viruses. They still haven't learned anything from COVID, because that's a disease to me. They should have just left alone. You don't need to go do diseases and find out, oh, we lost Ron and he's back. He's playing with his phone. That's what's going on.
The alarm went off. My
Oh,
alarm at 9 o'clock.
to take your pill?
Yeah, it's my regenerating pill.
Your regenerating pill?
Yeah,
Oh, so
you
now,
were actually talking. You were actually talking to my clone.
oh, you're back now. Can we get the clone back, please?
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me, boy, I got a little dry spot in my mouth. But this show, we don't cut and edit. We talk straight through. So what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
So if there's any bodily functions
Yeah.
to be had, we're gonna share them with you.
Right, exactly.
Pull my finger, on. I'm just joking. So scientists are still messing
Shoot one of
around.
those snot rockets.
What's that?
Shoot one of those snot rockets. Right.
That's right. We talk about everything on coffee and things. We have nothing
Everything.
that is off limits,
That's
including
right.
bodily functions. We're going to dedicate an episode to the best sounding farts. So go ahead and send in
Uh,
your recordings of your best fart, and we have AI that'll let us know if you're faking them or if they're real.
we have fart and analogic. What are those? Anatologies that
Uh-oh.
they rate your fart, categorize it.
We're gonna
Uh, we're gonna
we're gonna
we
invite
are
some.
going to judge your fart on sound, longevity. You know, if you rip one really good, we're gonna judge it. You know,
Has anybody put together like some kind of book or the top 10 farts in movies? And
I don't know. I mean, I know Howard Stern used to. He was what was it, a fart guy or something?
yeah, he was a fart expert. He'd be on that panel of judges, though.
He would be. He is the lead judge.
Yeah, and we'd
He
all,
would be
we'd
the
have to
lead
have
judge.
we'd have to have Chuck
Kudos to
Norris. We'd have to have
yeah,
Chuck Norris because he's on every judge competition
right,
that I've ever seen in dodgeball.
yeah. Will Ferrell would have to be on there.
No, I don't know about Will Ferrell. He was a burp guy in Elf.
Was he? Maybe.
Yeah.
Who's a fart guy?
Okay. Well, speaking of farts, let's go back to viruses.
Yeah.
What a great segue, right? So, you think scientists would have learned their lesson? I don't know why they're so infatuated, if that's the right word, with viruses. They're actually taking cavemen, Neanderthals, and they're looking through their DNA to see what kind of viruses they have. Now, why would you want to do that? Who cares? They said that,
That's
oh, they're just looking to see if they had, cold sores and some cancers, from these ancient humans. Who cares? Because you know what? If you find one, somebody's
they're
going to
dead.
take it and try to what do they call that when they have one disease that jumps from an animal to a human? that Dr. Fauci was involved with. I can't think of the word. Some of the
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
there's a term for that. I just can't think of it right now. And if I
I can't think of that either. I know what you're talking about, and it migrates from a animal to a human. It's almost like now they're like that bird flu. It's like
well,
it's
when it goes from an animal to a human, that's what Dr. Fauci was working on. So
well, why would you want to even, I mean,
well,
I listen, I understand medical research about wanting to know about the viruses. How about trying to find a cure for these viruses instead of opening a can of worms like they did with this COVID, and then they released it and oh well, let's let's see how many people we can kill. You
I
know what I
do.
mean?
I don't believe, and that was a mistake because they were looking into viruses that they shouldn't have been messing around with, and it killed millions and millions of people.
Right. Just
And
let them.
I still think
They
there's a whole bunch of after effects still caused by COVID.
oh, without a doubt, dude. Without a doubt. I
You know,
mean, there's still long. They call it that long COVID. Yeah. Okay. My ass. Okay. We should have. You know,
COVID my ass.
like you know, all of a sudden now the measles are starting to come back. Come on. When we were younger, when I was 5 years old, they gave you the gun and you got rubella, measles, mumps, all them shots when you were 5 years old. I've never had the measles, okay, or nothing. And now they're bringing, come on.
You know, if all I care about is like just how did the caveman live? Did they have comedy clubs? That's all I want to know.
Right. Did they go to the local caves and did they
You
go to
know,
other caves, and have parties like, you know,
here what kind of jokes would cavemen say? It'd be like, take my wife by the hair, please.
listen, when you're cooking brontosaurus burgers out on the char pit,
See,
and
see,
you're drinking around, drinking like cactus juice or something, and did they, did, did the caveman invent beer? Did they have some type of a beer or an ale that they were drinking? You
I don't
know,
know. I don't know. They probably would have smoked something that they were growing. But
well, I would imagine there's some type of like a weed or grass that they were doing, and
you know, and and,
did
and
they
and
did they
and find out if they didn't get along, like Homo sapiens and Neanderthals. I don't know if they're the same thing. Like they
right?
say,
Were there rift between the Homo sapiens and the Neanderthals?
yeah,
Was
Neanderthals would say
there?
the Neanderthals would
Did they
say
all
things.
party together?
Okay, Ron is really thinking hard about this one, so because he's missing my jokes altogether. I can tell he's thinking really hard about it. He's trying to come up with a joke. So I'm thinking what Neanderthals, if they didn't get along with Homo sapiens, if they would say things like, "Man, those Homo sapiens are such jerks with their fire and their wheel, showing off, walking upright all the time."
I know. While our Neanderthals were like hunchback and yes, master. Yes, it was like Igors.
You know, like what would the kid's name be? Like Grug, where's your homework? Oh, my dinosaur ate my homework.
Well, or did they have you know, were they having their beach parties? You know,
It's like Mr. Grug said, "Yeah, I invented X. I drew X on rock, and then Musk canceled my account."
right, right, right. They have. I'm wondering if they had like banks,
If they had what?
like a bank. Like, yeah. Well, I have so many. I have so many stones in my. I got all these rocks in my bank account, and you know they were all crushed into little pebbles. Now I don't have no big rocks no more.
uh, uh, b- Bum asked me for 2 rocks, so I bit him, and then I eat him.
I was only gonna pay them pebbles anyways.
I don't know why. I think we're supposed to talk like cavemen when we're doing caveman bits too.
Me, Rod.
Me hate.
Me, Rod. We made fire. We made fire.
Uh,
Rod made fire.
me tribal leader. Me tell him to screw himself. Him still trying to figure out how.
Oh man.
Me going to Florida for a vacation. Soon as continent break apart.
Right, right. We going to another continent.
Me second smartest man in school. First man Keith Richard. He very smart.
Oh, by the way, what is continent?
I know. Hey,
Oh,
how much? Another thing they're saying is, with a solar eclipse, if we lose everything and you can't get any money out of the bank, what's a safe amount to keep in your house? That's I think someone. Now this is some you ought to know stuff. If you have like cash in the bank, I think anywhere from like maybe 300 to $1,000 you should just have hidden somewhere. But now remember,
I think about more than like about 1,500.
yeah. But just remember, go back and look at one of our earlier episodes and where we told you not to hide it in case the bank robbers come in.
Right. You got to know where not to hide it.
Right. Like put it in a book. They'll never look in a book.
No, never, never. I mean, you could put it in like, hmm,
The bottom of a diaper pail if you have kids.
yeah, just don't throw out the diaper pail.
Well, I know
Uh,
you just make sure you leave some diapers in there when they open. It'll be like, woo, nope, not there.
you could hide it in,
Okay. If we have to
hide
think
it in your jar of peanuts.
and hope that the robbers have peanut allergies.
Well, unless they steal your jar of peanuts, then you're screwed.
Yeah, they're not known for stealing food, so maybe that's a good idea.
Yeah, but they might be hungry. They might not have stopped at McDonald's before they came to rob your house.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, first we're gonna rob the house. We're gonna get the getaway car. We're gonna rob the house, and then we're going to McDonald's. There's the 3 plans we're gonna do. So
Oh,
that's what
oh,
the
we're going. So you're going to McDonald's after you rob the house?
and then that's actually with the tariffs creating economic uncertainty. It's probably a good idea to keep some extra cash in the house. And we should do that, sweetie. Get some extra cash and just hide it somewhere in the house.
You hide it in
Oh,
the
I found them $2 bills
Oh, in the litter box. There's a good idea if you have a cat in the
in the
bottom of the litter
litter box.
box. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or you
'cause I don't
hide
think.
hide it near the dog's food just in case he doesn't care. He will care
Oh,
when
I'm
you buy his
brewing up a
food.
good one here. I do feel a brewer.
You got one, Bruin?
I feel a brewer coming
Nope.
on.
That's our bodily function code talk for having to go to the bathroom. So in
Yeah.
some current news, we like to keep it happy, but I couldn't believe China now said, and this is China caving, by the way, for everybody that thinks going eye to eye with China over these tariffs is bad. You're high because China's been disrespecting everybody on this planet for a long time, and they're the ones buying land in everybody's country, and all this money is going back to them because we can't put businesses there. It's a good thing. Just be patient. But can you believe Chi, whatever the president's name there is? He said that China's open to talks if the U.S. shows respect. How's that for projecting? And that's what when
Yeah,
asshole
well, you give respect when you give respect too.
and China doesn't give respect to anybody. They steal from you. They lie all the time. They manipulate their money, and people think that's a good thing. If you're sympathetic towards China, that means because you have invested something in China and it's affecting you.
Yeah,
That's what I think about that. Oh, so we are
yeah,
actually.
you're taking a yeah.
Oh, so we're getting close here, buddy. Today's show went fast. I had a lot of fun. Me have lots
Yeah,
of fun on show today.
we had lots of fun. Well,
Me have lots of fun. So let's see. Let's get ready to wrap this up, Ron.
yeah,
Um,
because I gotta go take a deuce.
all right. And that's a deuce and a half for you army military guys out there. You know what
Right,
we're talking
right.
about.
Deuce and a half.
And let's look ahead. Don't forget to tune into our next show because we're going to be looking at the 12 cutest fish to consider adding to your home aquarium.
Okay.
Okay.
Piranha, shark,
Yeah, cute
barracuda,
piranhas, cute sharks.
cute barracuda.
It's like this, Ron. I listened to you and I actually did buy piranhas and I went to pet them and now I can take my finger on and off.
Right, right. Now, now I had no fingers.
Now I have 8 piranhas now, and this is how I look now because I try to pet them. Me try to pet piranha. So I think that's it.
I put I put 4 Chinese fighting fish in my you know the what are those the bettas? If you put 4 of them together, they'll fight each other, or they'll fight. I think what happens is they go after the other fish, and then they'll fight each other until there's a survivor.
Yeah,
So
if
how do you
you
beat them?
we actually still we got 5 minutes left. So
I mean, oh, I gotta take a deuce.
how do you stop 4 fighting fish from fighting each other? I think you throw in a kissing fish, right?
Possible,
And he's
or you
like,
throw in some goldfish. They might go in with goldfish. They'll
because
go after the goldfish.
because then after they're done eating that goldfish, they'll be all like, I'm so full. I don't want to fight anybody. I kind of just want to
Yeah,
relax
we're gonna just go to your corners. Go to your corners
in the round bowl.
in your go go to your corners in the round bowl of fighting Chinese fighting fish.
Hey,
That's what they're called. They're called Chinese fighting fish. They're
right.
bettas.
All right.
But yeah,
So listen, if everybody wants to see us, we are on YouTube. We are on Rumble. We're on Facebook. We're on TikTok now. We're gonna go and get on Instagram shortly, and any place else you think we should be, just put in the comment section, and you
right.
should see us. So let's sign off, my friend. It's another good day. It's
I'm
Hump
ready.
Day. It's Hump Day. So
Hump day.
I will.
Yeah.
I'll be talking to you after the show, and I look forward to our show tomorrow, Ron. And I am Randy Sell.
I'm Ron H.
And we are signing off, and we're going to have a better sign off. We're still working on that. If anybody
Uh,
wants to suggest, we will not give you royalties for it, but we will enjoy it.
right.
All right, Ron.
We will gladly we will gladly take it
We
and
will
pay you.
gladly take it and use it. All right, man. I love
Right.
you, bro. I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Love you, brother. Peace out.
Peace out. Peace out.